So something I've done is I've started a new webpage on visualizing theology. And so what I'm going to be doing is it's kind of like what we did last semester with covenant theology. Not everything because it's just there's no way, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting on the visual images because I really want to stress the prophets are teaching theology through visual images. And so this is going to be hard if you're trying to look at the prophets through like systematic theology, through John Calvin, through it's just not going to work because it's not how it's written. And a lot of these abstract, not to say that it's not good content, it's just it's not written that way. So for example, here I did my first one, the mountain of the Lord and the mountain. So think about it this way. When you see a mountain, you should also be thinking theologically of what it symbolizes. And so the Mount Zion symbolizes the presence of God. And so think about all the benefits of being near in the mountain. There's a lot. So there's a handout there. All of the references are listed here of Mount Zion in the Bible, and then I have a visual picture that I posted as well. So check it out, visualizingtheology.com. I'm going to try to do 12 of these. So I'm going to do City of God, what the City of God symbolizes. I'll do some other ones as well. And so actually be looking for these because some of these symbols occur and appear in Jesus's teaching, which also should really remind you that although Jesus is the Messiah, he's a prophet. So, his question is, who is he? He's more than a prophet. And so we're like, oh yeah, he's the king, he's a priest, but we forget that he is a prophet. And so all of his prophetic functions, so just one big image is like the agricultural image of the figs and the rotten figs, the thorns and the figs. And that's all over Jesus' teaching, the parable of the sower and the seed, the fallow ground. It's all over. We looked at that briefly last week. So, then this is where you can make connections with the prophets in the New Testament, especially Jesus' teaching. So just want to, check that out, add that. So we went to our Filipino church on Sunday, and I was given the task of watching the kids. It was last minute, and I actually did a Sunday school lesson with the kids on Mountain of God. So here, just check this out here really quick. So this is how easy it is. I did not record it, obviously, for protection purposes. But I showed the picture. We talked about the Mountain of God, and then I had the kids each draw pictures of the Mountain of God. So here's one person's picture. You got the cloud, you got the people going up the mountain, right? We're going to go to the mountain. All the nations will flow to the mountain of God. This is another, there's the same one. There's another one. There's the house of God is in the mountain, which is also in Isaiah. This is my one daughter, and here's my other daughter's image. So, meaning to say that these type of images, you're like, how can I teach the prophets? Pick a passage and talk about the visual image and have them as simple as color it. Maybe you want them to learn the one verse. It's not rocket science, and it's easy to do. This could easily be a Sunday school lesson. We did it. We did it for like 30 minutes. I had an icebreaker game. We played I Spy. If you've played I Spy before with your children, who's played I Spy with the kids? I Spy with my little eye? Okay. It's a game where you say I spy and you pick a color and the children have to guess what thing you're choosing. Anyway, we had a fun game. We did a short challenge from the Bible and then I had them color. So, and I asked the kids, what does the mountain symbolize? And so they were able to repeat to me that it symbolizes God's permanence, presence, stability, protection, and peace. And I said, do we want to go to the mountain of God? And they said, yes. So anyway, just an idea of how we can use, practically speaking, how we can use this content in our ministries. And it doesn't have to be deep and theological. You don't feel like you have to write a treatise. You have to be scholarly. I know there's a lot of books, Reverend Roger's doing a great job with books, but I just really want to encourage you that it can be as simple as that. Or you can make your own coloring page and have them color as well. Just a challenge.